Now I realize I've done a video on this, but some things have happened that have made this situation even more, well, I hate to say I told you so. The actual video, and it doesn't show the woman actually getting attacked, at least not that I've seen. But the video of what happened with this elderly woman walking her dog and getting attacked and killed by a gator has been released. And without further ado, I'm going to play it real quick. See the gators coming out of the corner. Woman's not paying attention. The dog's not paying attention. She starts walking away. All of a sudden, the gator goes after the dog, and that's that. The gator is clearly going after the dog. It's going right past the lady. And she probably tried to move the dog out of the way or something. I don't know. I haven't seen the rest of the video. Obviously, there's a video of her being dragged in because, well, you can clearly see up to this point. But I'm not going to put that on YouTube. I feel really bad for this lady. I feel bad for the neighbor who witnessed the whole thing. But this is entirely preventable. When you move to Florida, when you come to Florida, there should be a training or something. Like, I'm not saying this in a joking way. It comes with the people who drive. You know, Florida has a terrible reputation for bad drivers. It's not the drivers who live in Florida. It's the people who visit from out of state that crowd our roads and don't know what the heck they're doing. This situation, this lady is, I guarantee, is not from here. She lives in a 55 up community. That lake, that they say the gator had a name. This is a well-known alligator, and there's a few more in this area. And it's sad because this gator is killed along with 3 other gators. Had nothing to do with this. They probably fed it. It was literally like that. They don't pay attention. They walk the dog next to the water with alligator. Like, literally, that is the exact what you're not supposed to do. And yet they're going to forget about the gator being the problem. This is something I saw while looking this situation up. Thousands of Florida's nuisance gators are killed each year. Is it necessarily? More than 184,000 gators in Florida have been killed since 1997, according to the FWC. But the bar needed to kill them is low. So, basically, if the gator pops up in an area where people don't like and it's above, I believe it's 4 feet, they can consider it a nuisance gator and trap it. And what do the trappers do with them? They can either kill them or give them to a zoo, basically. And they usually kill them because they sell the hide. They sell them to meat, for meat processing and everything. Let's see, this instance in October, just after Hurricane Ian, a 7'9" alligator washed up on Anna Maria Island. It was considered a nuisance gator according to the state guidelines. A nuisance gator is defined to be at least 4 feet long and considered a threat to people, pets, or property. Literally, if a gator that's 4 foot long comes up and like looks at you too long and someone's afraid of it, they can call it a nuisance gator and it'll be killed. I am not against killing alligators. I am for hunting of alligators. I believe that's probably the best way to do it. They don't like here in Pinellas County, or I'm not in Pinellas County, but in Pinellas County, there are multiple lakes that have giant alligators in them that you are not allowed to hunt in because it's too close to the population center. But yet, not too long ago, there was a guy who was swimming in one of these lakes and ended up getting killed by the gator, and then they killed all the gators in that lake. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. And then that gator gets taken away by a nuisance gator trapper, and it's killed for just no reason whatsoever. That gator wasn't killed for food. That gator was literally dissected and figured out whether he had body parts in it, and then they didn't even have any body parts in it. It's so frustrating because this happens all over the state. This happens all over the country, and not just alligators, but all sorts of different animals. The collateral damage falls onto the gators that have nothing to do with this. Last year alone, I think there were 6 gator attacks that resulted in fatality. This was right after that Disney attack where the boy was killed at Disney. You know, very sad situation. Absolutely. It is so rare. You got to think, how many millions of people visit the state every single year? How many 23 million people live here in Florida? And yet, last year was like the highest amount of deaths in forever, like ever, 6. and I believe it was 5 or 6, something like that. And the percentage is so low, it's ridiculous. But yet the gators are the ones that have to pay the price. But I mean, this whole situation is infuriating me. I mean, look at all this. This is all about 5 ways to avoid getting attacked by an alligator in Florida. Like, all this stuff is coming out. I think there needs to be like a requirement. When you visit the state of Florida, hey, there are alligators down here. Don't swim in the fresh water unless it's a spring. Then it's a different situation. Don't walk your dog next to the water. Don't walk next to the water in general, and make sure you're watching everything you're doing. Like, these animals live here, and we're encroaching on their habitat day by day, and they get into any body of water because they, of course, if you're in a retirement community, you gotta have a lake in your backyard. Well, what's gonna go into the lake? Freaking alligators. That's literally what they do. They travel from pond to pond. We're inviting them basically into our lives and then getting pissed off when they, do what alligators do. I am just beyond furious with situations like this, and I'm tired of hearing about it. It happens all the time now, and every single time it's blamed on the gator. I mean, just look at this. This woman's not paying attention at all. Her dog is literally almost in the water, just standing, a little tiny rat dog right next to the water. Gator comes up and then goes after the dog. Like, what do you think it's gonna do? I'm sorry. This is fucking infuriating. And I feel very, very bad for her. But this is completely something that can be avoided. 100% avoidable. 1000% avoidable. They say beware of alligators. There's probably a sign saying beware of alligators. Yet the alligators are the one who has to pay the price for this. I am a human first person. But I'm also not for stupidity. And it seems like there's no common sense. If I go to Africa, if this was, say, a lion in Africa, and there was somebody living on a property and the lion attacked them, I'd be like, good, you're killing all the lions, and blah, 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 blah. It's the same situation. These guys are living here, living their life, but it's a reptile, so no one gives a shit. Anyway, I know I made a video on this exact situation, but I saw that video and it just infuriating. Thank you guys for watching. I do have my Patreon, patreon.com/DNA Reptiles. If you'd like to support me there, I greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, like and comment. Let me know what you think down below. Please, I want to know. And, well, see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good day.